No return to practice. She's been able to get a little bit more in her full court running, with her all of her body weight. It's really building up from doing minimal to then building some endurance to do longer periods of time. She's been able to do a little bit more on the court in terms of how she moves, but not into practice yet, no.
Something about Caitlin Clark's injury isn't adding up. The official story sounds simple. A pulled muscle, a little rehab, and she'll be back. But the timeline, the whispers, the way certain people in the Fever's circle are acting, it all points to something bigger. And if you think this is just about missing a few games, you might be in for a shock. The Indiana Fever's injury report said Caitlin Clark was a game-time decision. Sounds exciting, right? Maybe she's just about ready to suit up. Maybe fans will get that big comeback moment they've been waiting for. But here's the thing. There was never any real chance she was playing. And putting her down as game time when she's nowhere near returning? That's the kind of move that gets people talking about ticket sales more than player health. You'd think an organization would want to manage expectations. Instead, it feels like they dangled hope in front of fans, only to pull it away. And the person pouring gasoline on this fire? Well, he's been on the wrong side of the Fever fan base more than once. Scott Agnes, the insider who always seems to have something to say, told people not to expect Clark back anytime soon. At least a couple more weeks, he told fans. Not exactly the optimistic tone you'd want from someone in his position. Fans pushed back, pointing out she's been running full court for over a week. Some even accused him of being negative just for the sake of it. His reply? Maybe you should just trust me. Now, whether Scott's got a pipeline to the real medical situation or he's just speculating, one thing's clear. He's not afraid to contradict the public narrative. And if he's right, that means the Fever knows she won't be back soon. But they're not saying it out loud. And that's where things get interesting. Here's what doesn't make sense. Caitlin Clark's been out since July 17th. That's nearly a full month for what's supposedly just a groin strain. Even a moderate one usually heals faster than this. Some rumors suggest the problem isn't just the strain itself, it's the sudden muscle gain she added in the offseason. Building that much strength that quickly can throw off your balance, limit mobility, and even put more stress on joints and tendons. And here's the part no one in the Fever organization wants to talk about. Could this be the start of her being injury-prone? No one's saying it outright, but the whispers are there. Reports claim, and people online suggest, it might be more serious. A hip issue, a recurring muscle problem, something that won't just go away in a couple weeks. Head coach Stephanie White spoke to the media recently, and what she said was, well, nothing. No return to practice. Some increased running, more court movement, but no actual timetable. And when there's no timetable, that usually means the team has no idea. Or they know, and it's bad. Here's the kicker. Scott Agnes and Stephanie White, they're reportedly close, which means either they're both reading from the same guarded script or one of them is leaking information the other doesn't want public. Either way, fans are left in the dark. There are only 11 games left in the regular season. If she misses another 2 weeks, that's most of them gone. She'd come back just before the playoffs, if at all. And here's a thought no Fever fan wants to entertain. What if she doesn't return until next season? The last regular season game is September 9th, less than a month away. If they're already locked for the playoffs, maybe the team decides to sit her entirely to avoid risking anything worse. But that also means a long gap without live game action. Rust is real, and playoff basketball doesn't forgive slow starts. Without Caitlin, the Fever still have talent, but they don't have that spark. That one player who changes defensive schemes, forces teams to adjust, and makes opponents sweat the second she steps on the floor. Playoffs without her? The Fever could make a run, but they'd be grinding every possession, relying on role players to overperform night after night. And if they get bounced early, the what-if questions will never stop. The bigger issue might not even be the injury itself. It's the trust. When fans feel like they're being misled, it leaves a mark. Right now, some feel like the team's hiding the truth. Others think it's just bad luck. But both sides agree on one thing. They want answers. So here's where we're at. An injury that should have been short-term dragging on for weeks an insider dropping vague timelines, a coach giving non-answers, and a fan base caught in the middle. The truth will come out eventually. The only question is, will it be the story the Fever have been selling, or something far more complicated? Because if the rumors are true, the next few weeks in Indiana could be absolute chaos.